I'm really hoping that we get to clear these rocks.
In the last episode, we sailed from Tofino to Ucluelet engineless with the help of Aaron on SV Roberta, and this time, well, we gotta wait a few days first before we sail off because the weather is not favorable, so we go and explore Ucluelet and we sail off the dock into the open Pacific.
Found them grounded, found them stable, found them quiet, found them tame but also wild, oh so wild. Found them focused, found them yet, and found them gathered all together in a forest singing I don't wanna leave, but you made them leave.
24 hours ago, we were just sailing just past these rocks, just around this peninsula and into Ucluelet. But I really underestimated how big these reefs are. It's huge. For the last few days, the wind has been blowing from the southeast. Unfortunately, that is not favorable for us at all. Today, the wind switched to the northwest, and that's exactly what we were waiting for. The way that I'm going about this is that I'm going to raise the mainsail first, then I'm going to let go of the bow line. I've already looped around the stern line to make sure that it goes back to the stern cleat. And we're just going to kick off the bow, let it drift towards the open. And when we're ready, we're just going to let go of the stern line and we're going to be sailing. So we're leaving Ucluelet today, and I actually don't know where we're headed. We're headed south and then east. That much I know. The tide's falling for another hour, and then I'm sailing right off the dock. The reality of sailing at this time of the year is that there's a lot of storms. It's Canada, it's the open Pacific. There's going to be big storms, and that's going to bring a lot of swell, so I have to be smart about how I plan my sailing. Go. There's one line left on the dock and I'm just slipping it through and we're off. Hopefully we have enough wind to actually sail out of here. I really hope that once we get into the open that we have more wind, because right now the Genoa is not filling at all. Supposed to be 20 knots. Really not going fast. We're doing 2.5 knots. There's a bit of a swell reaching us now, and I'm really hoping that we get to clear these rocks.
Au cours de la nuit, risque de orage, tôt ce soir. La brouillard se forme au cours de la nuit. Minimum +1 pour lundi, généralement entre
So the waves are pretty, they look pretty steep. That's more like it. Doing 3.5 knots. We're going down the swell too. On a broad reach, because it's the only way I can go really at the moment because of the swell.
I ended up having to point the complete opposite way than where I wanted to go, because the swell was a little bit too steep and the wind not strong enough to really power through the swell, so I ended up headed inland. I ended up taking a course to the northeast so I could tuck behind this little island, which would not only protect us from the swell, but for that little stretch of time we would be going down the swell rather than against it.
That's more like it. We're almost doing 6 knots. Woo-hoo! We're just coming past the Pachina Point lighthouse and then the Pachina Bay, which you can see over to our port side. So I think that we can see the entrance of the Juan fuca. It's hard to tell if it's the land that we're seeing ahead is the US or Vancouver Island. I think it is Vancouver Island, so I think we'll have to go back to Ajiba from clear offshore a little bit more, so I think we're headed straight for shore right now. But it's nice to go downwind for a moment. Really far in the distance we can now see the US, so this is Washington State. Nia Bay would be right over there, but I'm a little bit concerned about these darker looking clouds and the wind is picking up.
As I approached the entrance to Port San Juan, it seems like the wind kept getting stronger and stronger, and the waves they weren't getting any bigger, but they were getting shorter in length, so less comfortable and less predictable, especially when you go inside the boat. And as I got right at the entrance of Port San Juan, which is the inlet where Port Renfrew is, the wind completely died. And that was kind of the worst case scenario, me not having an engine and the still about 2 meter swell rolling in and bobbing me around. So I ended up spending all night kind of like taking naps and trying to sail the little bit of wind that was there, but my boat's really not performant in light winds.
So we made it to Port Renfrew really early this morning, after bobbing around all night. It's supposed to pick up to southeast tonight, and this bay is really open to the south. So the swell comes riding in here pretty good. Like, it's pretty rolly even right now, and it's not even windy. So I'm gonna already talk to the harbor master, and I'm gonna go and tie up at this dock over here, and we'll see how that goes, because I'm pushing with the little 3 horsepower.